know what's so attractive about younger women? Because a lot of these dudes talk about fertility and looks and stuff. I don't actually think it's that. I think that in the modern world, in the days of old, right, you'd meet a woman, you get married, you be together, whatever. In the modern world, if I meet a girl who's 33 and single, I know the amount of that's been through her before me is just simply unattractive. I don't care how nice you are, but you're 33 years old. How many men have fun? If I get a 19-year-old girl, I might be her second or third man, right? I'm going to be dude number 29, and all the trauma and heartbreak and bullshit they put you through, you're going to try and bring to my door? Like, well, my last man cheated. I don't give a Like, I don't care. Like, why is that my problem? So if you pick up older women, you have to accept they've been on the carousel longer. They've had more fucking rides, more spins. I don't want shit. When I see a beautiful young woman, I know that she has a very low body count, and also but the truth is, women's mentality is absolutely connected to sex. If a woman sleeps with a bunch of men, it's harder to penetrate her mind and make her fall in love with you. It is unattractive too. And it's unattractive. It is. But if she's had 30 dudes inside of her, she really gonna think, you know what, this guy's so special, or she's gonna think, you know what, he talked to me rude, I'll just go get a new guy. Whereas if a woman's only been with a few guys, she's much more likely to fall in love with you, be a better partner. The likelihood of her falling completely in love with you and staying loyal to you and really believing you're the only man for her after being through so much trauma and so many men and sleeping with so many dudes and having her heart broken and having those memories of her ex and all that crap she's been through is far less likely than meeting a nice, young, beautiful girl who hasn't been with many men and she goes, you know what, this is the guy, I like him. Every woman who knows this and every man who watches this can be honest. Women fall in love with the person they lose their virginity to or their second or third guy. They really remember them. They really love them. Any woman who slept with 50 dudes, she doesn't even remember who most of them are. She doesn't care. If a woman slept with a bunch of men before you, she's less likely to stick it out through a difficult period in a relationship. She's more likely to just say, you know what, new answer's new dick.
That's a pretty good answer.
And that's the truth. Let me make something clear. If I meet a beautiful 30-year-old woman, I'm not saying I won't sleep with her.
That's pretty fucking old.
Yeah. 30?
I know.
What are you, crazy?
There's been times I was drunk.
Okay, bring it back, Eric. Okay, reaction to the video, Alondra.
Little, it has to be his confidence. Just listen to what he's saying. He's saying the younger girl has she hasn't had any partners. She has nobody to compare me to. So it's easier for her to fall in love with me because she has nobody to compare me to. So it must not be that good if you're worried about all the guys in her past. I get worrying about, okay, she's ran through. I get that part, but he's making it sound like he has to impress someone. In order to impress her mentally, she can't have too many partners.
Wait, but okay, so before you said that body count doesn't matter, but then you just said that I get if she's ran through. So what is the difference between having a high body count and being ran through?
No, there's not a difference. But I'm saying like terminology-wise, that's what they refer it to. If she's had a lot of partners,
right? No, I know what getting ran through means.
Right.
But I mean that's sort of the comparable thing to guys don't want a girl with a high body count. They don't want a girl who's been ran through.
Right.
Okay.
So what's the question?
Well, I mean,
is the preference
wrong? But I'm just pointing out that earlier you said body count shouldn't matter.
Right.
But you're acknowledging now that guys don't want a girl who's been ran through. Or you're not saying that guys don't have that preference, but you're saying...
I mean, they can have that preference, but I'm saying that's where their head is at when they've had a lot of partners. That it's like, okay, that's what they refer to her as. And that's exactly what he was saying. If she's had a lot of partners that she's ran through... So now it makes it harder for him to win her over.
Okay.
So the confidence is just low, is what it sounds like.
And then just to the camera, show again what you were doing.
Oh no, this. You were doing this. This.
So you're saying he has a small...
I don't like that kind of talk.
Okay, go ahead.
For me, it's like... It does kind of go to body count, being that I know that there are 19-year-olds, younger girls, who have higher body counts than a 33-year-old woman.
Sure,
so
it's possible. Yeah.
I don't think it's the age. There could be a woman who's in her 40s who literally her whole entire teenage life saved herself for marriage, married the man that she lost her virginity to.
The 40-year-old virgin? Are we...
No, she got married and then obviously lost her virginity, or not 40, but somebody who waited till marriage, lost it, and then they divorced, and she's, dating and maybe has 2 to 3 or 4 more bodies now. But it's like, then... there could be, a 20-year-old girl not too far from her who has over 20 bodies. Like I don't think it's an age thing.
I mean, I agree with you that there could be an outlier, like a woman who's 35, who slept with less men than a woman who's 19.
Because times have changed. We are in a time now, like
aren't people having more bodies now though?
Yeah, like we're in a time now where, from our like, I don't want to start like getting into this because I know there's gonna be like controversy over it, but it's like I feel like our age now, we don't respect, like, not me personally, but like some people just don't respect relationships as much, and they'd rather have a good time. You know, more power to you, do whatever you want. But, you know, older people of the older age, obviously it was a different time for them. Relationships were a lot more common than sleeping around. So I don't know, it's just...
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think promiscuity has steadily been on the rise, and probably ever since social media, dating apps, it's been much more heavily on the rise. But I mean, what he's kind of trying to say is it's both about age, but also about body count. And I mean, I think most of us here in 10 years time are going to have slept with more people than the number that we've currently slept with. So if you look at a 19-year-old versus a 29-year-old, the likelihood that the 29-year-old has had far more sexual partners it's, I don't know what the percentage would be, but I mean, it's much more likely that someone who's 29 has slept with more people than at 19. I know some 18, 19-year-old girls that have been through 100 plus guys. I'm not even exaggerating. They've told me. They've I've slept with 100 guys. Freshman, first semester, you know, ran through. So, you know, it is what it is.
That's what I was saying. It's just like, it's kind of, for me, body count still doesn't matter but you know, it's just.
But you're more likely to find someone, a man or a woman, at age 19, 20, 21, who's had fewer sexual partners than if you're also looking in, say, 29, 30, 31.
Yeah, and there's also girls who now are, and I know quite a few, who are tired of the men our age, so they go older, so obviously they are gonna have a higher body count, which obviously means we don't care, in a sense.
I think women care less about body count.
Yeah, and then guys, obviously a 20-year-old boy isn't gonna want to date a 30-year-old woman. If he's into that, cool, that's fine. But it's most likely that the older men, that's why pretty much sugar daddies exist, is because they want the younger woman to spoil, and so... I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like body count doesn't matter, and girls shouldn't be held to the standard that we should have a lower body count. And like I said this last time, but people have their pasts. Like, you don't know what they're going through, and if they like had used sex as a means of making themselves feel better. Like, I know people who have gone through that. But that doesn't change like the type of person that they are, or their relationships like from then on, you know?
It could have an impact on their relationships.
How?
I mean, he listed a couple reasons, but I think it's just a thing that guys want.
Yeah, but I don't think, like, we all said we don't care about body count, so why should guys care about it?
Well, do you think that attraction is symmetrical? In other words, things that men find attractive in women, do you think women find those exact same things attractive in men?
No, probably not.
Right. So there are things that men value in a partner that women don't care about.
What he said, like, I feel like even if they have less bodies or more bodies, that wouldn't like change the relationship that she's gonna go into, you know? Like, maybe her sample size, I guess you would call it, is like less, so she would maybe fall for him more easily, but like, I don't understand what he was saying about that part.
I mean, my impression is if I'm talking to a girl and she's slept with 100 women before me, or sorry,
woman?
She
could be bi. She could be bi.
What'd you say it earlier? Like, identify her gender, like you called me out on.
Yeah, that was a mix-up. If I'm talking to a girl and somehow comes about, she's like, yeah, I've slept with 100 men before. Bruv. I mean,
You wouldn't like her? Like, that would make her less attractive?
100%. One, okay, should I get into the reasons?
Yes.
I mean,
Yep.
she's gonna be, I'm gonna be number 101. to me, I'm gonna think, okay, like
But the past
she's
is in the
not gonna be
past.
able to, like, I'm immediately gonna think, and I could be wrong, but like my gut instinct's gonna be, she's not gonna be able to commit. That's my thinking. She's unlikely to want to commit in the same way that a guy who's a player and just running through, like, I'm sure you
Play the game, remember?
but if, and again, I think girls don't care so much about body count, but if a guy's a player, and let's say you genuinely, like, you are really, really after a long-term relationship with someone, and you know for a fact that guy's a player, and he's slept with a whole bunch of people, you're probably...
Its
I mean,
action speaks louder than words, though.